Hello everyone, welcome back to the FITV News Bulletin. My name is Dom Delcamp.
And I'm Jorge Granados.
And this is your week's sip of the news juice. Have you ever wondered what that little building is between Crawford and WFIT? Well, long story short, it's a nuclear reactor.
I don't know what this guy's talking about, but actually, the atomic toilet, well, not really a toilet, was actually first made back in World War II.
When cars had funny little horns.
Yeah, okay, well, actually, it was made after World War II from a grant from General Electric. But essentially, that funny building, by like Crawford, held radioactive material to purify sewage water. Yeah, so basically, right, back then, you would like flush your toilet and, it would go through like the pipes to actually go through that building. And that building held radioactive material to, kill basically every bacteria, every virus known to mankind using radiation. That's cool.
Wow.
Look, he's so enthusiastic about learning. But anyways, what was then somewhat of a questionable approach to water purification had shut down and had its insides removed, gutted back in 1981. Now it just sits completely dormant, waiting for someone to put it back to work.
Now let's switch it up and go to sports.
The men's rowing team finished third place out of 44 teams in Massachusetts at the head of Charles Regatta on October 19th.
In terms of soccer, the men's team tied Nova Southeastern 1-1 and beat Florida Southern University 2-1, while the women's team tied Florida Southern University 1-1. Women's volleyball, their record is 8-8, losing 2 games recently. And our club hockey team has publicly executed the University of South Florida with an 8-4 game and a 6-5 game.
That's what's up.
Go Panthers.
Have you ever wanted to do karate?
Oh yeah!
Okay. At Florida Tech, students can channel their focus and energy through intro to karate and advanced karate classes taught by longtime instructor Jeffrey Kelly. Though listed as karate, the classes actually center on a modern form of jiu-jitsu that combines mental discipline with practical self-defense. As students advance, they even learn to train with traditional weapons like the bow staff and short staff. Beyond the classroom, the Martial Arts Association gives Panthers a chance to keep sharpening their skills by competing in statewide tournaments and organizing community events.
I've heard a rumor that our producer knows karate. I'm not going to test it though.
Don't test me, bitch.
Now over to our weekly weather powered by AMS.
Hello everybody, my name is Victoria Dallas and I'm a student meteorologist from Florida Tech AMS, and I'll be presenting to you the weather news of the week. Tomorrow we'll have some very nice temperatures over Brevard County. We'll have 79 degrees up in Titusville, 82 degrees in Palm Bay, and 81 degrees in Cocoa Beach. Tomorrow night, the temperatures will lower down to 66 degrees in Titusville, 65 in Melbourne and Palm Bay, as well as 68 degrees in Cocoa Beach. Tomorrow, the temperatures and the weather will be very nice for Brevard County. We'll have 81 degrees, sunshine, and a few clouds, and the temperatures will feel like 85 degrees because of the thunderstorms that have rolled through the previous day. The chances of rain are 10% tomorrow, and winds going to blow at 5 to 10 miles per hour from the west-northwest. Tomorrow night, it is going to cool down to 65 degrees, which will feel like 65 because of the moisture that is still in the atmosphere and the relative humidity being quite high. We have a 10% chance of rain and northern winds blowing at 5 miles per hour, bringing some chillier and cooler air into the region. In addition, we have to deal with a hurricane at the moment. Right now, we have Hurricane Melissa affecting the Caribbean Sea and is currently on the way to hit Jamaica, the eastern parts of Cuba, the western parts of Haiti, the eastern Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos Islands, as well as the Bermuda Islands within the next 10 days. But at the moment, we will have to be focused on Jamaica and Cuba as well as Haiti, because it is a major hurricane that will move over these islands and the countries in the next couple of days. This hurricane has intensified from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in less than 48 hours. It is currently measured to have 175 miles per hour winds, which is equivalent to about 300 kilometers per hour. That currently it is on its way to Jamaica and Cuba. It brings not only strong winds but also a catastrophic storm surge, as well as high amounts of precipitation, extreme amounts of precipitation of about 40 inches, which is about 400 to 500 millimeters, which is crazy. It will cause landslides, mudslides, and the storm surge that I've talked about, as well as severe winds to the island. And currently Jamaica and the regions have prepared for that hurricane. But if you have any friends or family there, please reach out to them and stay in contact with them for as long as you can, because this hurricane will probably cause a communication and power outage for more than weeks, and therefore is going to be experiencing one of the most catastrophic hurricanes to ever hit the island. And then later on, as soon as it moved over Jamaica, it will also bring severe impacts to Cuba. The red marked regions already have a hurricane warning, probably a hurricane emergency as well, because of how strong this hurricane is. It is one of the strongest major hurricanes that the Atlantic Ocean has ever experienced in its history. But for us here in Melbourne, we don't have to deal with a hurricane like this at the moment, thankfully. The only thing we'll have to deal with is the temperatures going down throughout the course of the week. We'll have still 81 degrees tomorrow, but it will cool down to 71 degrees because of a cold front that's going to move through in collaboration with a low pressure system that is also going to be approaching the hurricane a little bit later on this week. So yeah, please bring like a sweater or a jacket or a hoodie to stay warm during these temperatures, because most people are going to find those temperatures already quite low. And yes, I thank you all for watching, and I'm wishing you a wonderful week. And as I've already mentioned, please bring a jacket or something to stay warm, especially when going trick-or-treating this week, because it is Halloween. And therefore, I'm wishing everybody not only a wonderful and successful week, but also a happy Halloween.
Thank you, AMS. Now time for your favorite segment of the week, Keeping Up with the Bulletins. Over to you, Dom. Thank you, Dom. Well, that wraps it up for this week's FITV News Bulletin. I'm Dom Delkamp.
And I'm Jorge Granados.
Keep adding us in the Yik Yak and the Fizz. It's great to see you guys commenting and everything. And with that, thanks for watching.